A Letter to You, Bruce Springsteen and, importantly, the E Street Band. I was not expecting it to be a letter to me. I was not expecting much. There has been a lot of unnecessary Springsteen product in the last 4 decades, but this is vital. This is important. He is speaking to me like he did back in the day, back when I was growing up, with a hungry heart, hanging out in the Badlands and thinking I was part of the opera on the turnpike and the ballet in the alley. But the turnpike is now a Tesco. This is the album where Bruce ponders death, but comes out very much in favour of life and playing music. The songs celebrate the band's friendship over nearly half a century and remembers the ones they lost along the way. There is no such thing as an entirely new Springsteen song. These songs are old friends I only met last week. I know where they came from. I recognise their features, but they've been on diets, done some exercise, given up the fags and the booze and the one-night stands and dressed themselves up for a big night out dancing a Lindy Hop in shiny lame and expensive lace. In the film they made that documents the making of the album, you can see how the band works and how the parts all fit together, how the 2 other guitarists, stars in their own right, Nils and Steve, are happy to just be boys in the band. Steve Van Zandt is also known for acting the part of the consigliere to Tony Soprano in the TV series, a role he compares to being Bruce's right-hand man. Anyone who has been part of a band of brothers will understand what this album is about. Anyone who has gathered in the control room to listen to a playback, and anyone who has been in a dressing room with a bunch of people with whom they have shared a stage will understand. Anyone that has strummed some chords and added some words and given life to a small parcel of magic that may one day ease someone through a tough time will understand. Give me Roy Britton's artfully arpeggiated and slightly operatic piano playing, Max Weinberg's drums thundering, Gary Tallant's bass and a swoop on the organ, some chiming rhythm and twangling lead guitar, some growling sax from Clemens Jr., and the fairy on the Christmas tree that is the glockenspiel. Give me that and I hear rock and roll perfection. I hear the distillation of the history of rock and roll. I hear the past calling with Little Richard's a wop bop a loo bop starting an echo that meets the memory of the last young band I saw taking the tentative first steps at a Bellevue or Arts Centre jam. The standout song is Ghosts, which is the new anthem for the old people who were young when he sang about being young. In 45 years he has never written another Born to Run, but then who has? But Ghosts might be its sequel, or even the final act for the broken heroes on the Last Chance power drive. The old boss sang My Way, but this is the new boss singing about the rock and roll way of death. For all those that will never get the old band back together because the brightest star went out. The song builds to a chorus where he triumphantly sings, I'm alive, but when you think it has ended it reappears as a simple repeating riff that builds into a crescendo of drums through which the band gallop to the finish, all singing a la 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 refrain. So perfect that I am pleased that Depression and Mediocrity by the Ilk came out 9 months before this, so I can prove I didn't copy it.